while the elites, our elected officials, particularly of the left, they're the worst offenders, but while they should be looking after things like law and order and doing the basic jobs that we elect governments to do, they're ignoring all that. There's a great example, Rita, from California. So talk us through this.
Well, California, they need to build a wall around California because there are just people streaming into Texas and Florida, and the bad thing is they keep voting for the same putrid policies that ruined California when they go into these Republican states. But I think we've got some footage here of train lines where these packages are being absolutely and you've got the governor there cleaning up, saying, how did this happen? How did we get here?
Listen to how he compares California.
See what you've been covering, see what everybody's seen, asking myself what the hell is going on. We look like a third world country.
So he says, he's been in power for 3 terms or whatever, a Democrat left-winger, and he's saying, why are we like a third world country?
Look at this footage.
This is the footage.
This is the footage. What this is
people's packages. This is people's packages who you've ordered on Amazon, being absolutely ransacked. You see footage daily of these gangs going into department stores, just emptying the shelves, walking out because they can. And he asks, how do we get here? We got there by the idiot population continuously voting for far-left politicians who've allowed this to happen.
But in the US, you can also vote for prosecutors, and you get far-left prosecutors. And the train company, Union Pacific, that carries these packages, what these are, Amazon, UPS packages going out all over the country, and they're just getting looted and ransacked on a daily basis. Their own security people make arrests over and over again, and the people get arrested, and then they wind up getting back on the street the very next day. This is happening in California now. I was in LA just the other day. I have not seen a bigger open-air museum of social dysfunction and pathology in my entire life.
Yeah. Well, it's hardly a surprise. Would you have guessed a year or so later than all this defunding the police movement, we now learn, oh, hang on, crime rates are soaring in all those areas where they defunded the police.
I can't imagine.
How does this work? So they defund the police and crime goes up?
Whoa.
This doesn't make any sense.
They don't prosecute people for breaking the law, and the people keep breaking the law after you don't prosecute them. It's incredible.
It doesn't make any sense. I would never have guessed this would happen.
But no wonder what's happening now is that people are now voting with their feet, and they are leaving California in droves. U-Haul, the company that rents trucks out to people to pack their own stuff and move, actually ran out of trucks because people were taking them, so many of them, renting them to go and get out to other parts of the country.
But I tell you, that is a scourge on itself, because you go to somewhere like Austin, where Californians are moving there in droves and have for several years, they've Californicated it. It is, you see the homelessness there, where you don't see that in other parts of Texas, certainly the other parts I travelled in. You see it with your own eyes, the change in that city because of the population that's come in and the policies they support, the politicians and the prosecutors they vote for. So it is a danger. I joke about building a wall around California and New York, but if you live in Florida, if you live in Texas, you've got something to fear, because these people are going to come in and they're going to vote for Gavin Newsom.
The entrepreneurial spirit is alive and well. You have in the States, you mentioned U-Haul, but there's another company that's set up called the Blue Line Removalists, and they specialise in taking people out of left-wing states and moving them to Republican states. What a genius idea. And they're going gangbusters.
Well,
I think we need some. I think Blue Line one here to get people out of Victoria if they want to come up to New South Wales. We would welcome you with open arms.